I've been taught over the years that where your pain, your past, and your passion overlap, you'll find the purpose of your life. If you know me, you know that I'm passionate about seeing lost people saved, broken people restored, and hurt people healed. But what you may not know is the pain of my past. As a little boy, I endured the hell of sexual abuse. And as you can imagine, at such a young age, that reality infiltrated my life with a lot of insecurities, hurts, questions, vulnerabilities. It caused me to battle feelings of worthlessness and being alone. But 16 years ago, Jesus saved my life. But he did more than that. He also healed my broken heart. Over the past decade, I've told my story about being healed from abuse. What's been the biggest shock to me in life is the reality that I'm not alone. Literally around the world in churches near and far, I've encountered people who are survivors of terrible childhood trauma. And many years ago, there was a dream birthed in my heart that God would allow me to be what I wished I had had in a different season of life. I've dreamed of the day that I could speak into little girls and boys like me and tell them that they aren't alone and introduce them to a God who can heal their broken heart. I've always thought that if it were possible, it would be neat to create camps for little boys and girls like me to be around people like you who genuinely love them and want to see them encounter the presence of God. But if I'm honest, I never knew that it would be anything more than a dream. I mean, how can you really pull something off of that magnitude? However, over the last 5 years, there's been over 100 people from our church who've caught the vision of what my heart longed for. We've joined with a church in Texas that has been doing what we dreamed of. Over the past 5 summers, we've taken multiple teams and ministered to hundreds of abused children. But every summer, those teams return and ask the same question: when are we going to do that here? Well, I'm excited to share with you that in August of 2022, that's exactly what's going to happen. We have a partnership with the local foster care system and a national organization known as For the Children. And through those partnerships, the dream is becoming a reality. And our church is going to host camps for abused and neglected children right here in Southeast Missouri. We've already signed contracts and we'll host the camp at Eagle Sky Camp of the Ozarks here in Piedmont, Missouri. Eagle Sky is legitimately a world-class campground. It isn't just like God to place one of the best campgrounds in the world in our backyard. At camps, we're going to be able to offer them what I'm believing will be one of the best weeks of their life. From the incredible water activities to the obstacle courses, arts and crafts, to the animals they raise here on the campground. Every day we will have multiple times of worship and Bible teaching. We're going to expose these kids to the love of God through fun and relationships. A lot of children in foster care system, because they're moved so much, they never really get their birthday celebrated. One of the nights here at camp, we'll throw a birthday party for every kid. We'll sing them happy birthday, eat cake and ice cream, give them gifts. And before the week ends, I'll share my story and we'll let them know that there are people who have been where they are and tell them how Jesus can heal their broken heart. James 1:27 says that pure and undefiled religion means we care for the orphans. Foster care children are our modern day orphans. One of the ways we feel called to care for the orphan is to give them the opportunity to meet Jesus at these camps. That's where we need your help. The cost to make camp happen is approximately $45,000. That cost broken down will cover the cost of 40 kids. And 40 kids is a full camp, as we desire not to have too many, but intentional one-on-one time. You know, through the generosity of other people in our church, we've already raised $12,000 towards that expense. And so that would bring our total amount to $33,000. We're asking you to consider partnering with us to make this week a reality. We're asking you to pray one simple prayer. God, what would you want me to give? And then be obedient to whatever it is that he would ask. You know, I believe that together, this is more than doable. In Southeast Missouri alone, there are over 400 kids that sleep in a borrowed bed, in a borrowed home, with borrowed parents. That's heartbreaking. But our pastor has taught us that even though we can't do everything, we can do everything we can. This is your opportunity to engage a child's brokenness with the love of Jesus. And I still believe in the power of a moment. One moment with God changes everything. And if God can create the world in 6 days, what can He do in the life of a little boy and girl in 4 days? I can't wait to find out.